Alright, guys, let's get the stream started. It's a bit of a random one. Wasn't really planned, but I figured might as well, just get a quick one in. It's a Tuesday, so happy Tuesday. Definitely we'll be streaming definitely over the weekend, but I thought let's just do a quick little maybe 2 hour, 3 hour, see how far we get. And yeah, we just see how far we go. Otherwise, how's everyone doing? Welcome everybody, welcome. I see you guys in the chat, welcome. Yeah, doing good. Doing good. Hope everyone's having a good Tuesday. Yeah, my Tuesday is pretty okay. Quite busy, but all right, still enough to, actually start out the Limit 1 Festival a bit early. So as soon as it opened, I started playing the games, and I'm almost actually done with it in terms of getting the gems, because literally it just requires 14 games. If you do the math on the medals and stuff, it's literally just 14 wins. So it's really not that difficult. If you build your deck correctly, you can pretty much build whatever you want, and you can kind of speedrun the event. Now, obviously, what everyone's facing, of course, is not obviously like random decks. They're obviously playing against very powerful decks. So everyone's going for the go-to easy ones. Don't have to think about anything. Just go with it because it's one copy of everything. So of course, hands are going to feel a bit bricky. But look, at the end of the day, the whole point of a Limit 1 Festival is for you to kind of like synergize with other decks. So almost like you start with your main deck, but then you like throw in different engines to get to the same point. So for example, if you're a trap deck, you probably see Trap Tricks and Labyrinth. You're supposed to pair it up because they're obviously a trap deck. If you're playing let's say a deck like, okay, maybe Snake Eyes can't really play because that's more like an engine. So Snake Eyes maybe a Rescue Ace, because that one looks like actually a viable thing. There's also, people are playing Marincess. They're playing Marincess just with like hand traps and small extenders. That's fine. On my side though, I'm also playing Marincess, but it's more of a pile deck, like a 60 card pile deck. Like it's not just Marincess only, because sometimes your Marincess cards are not, they're limited, because I think it's about 7 or 8 cards in the main deck, or let's say 11 cards, and then the extra deck is obviously like maybe 7 or 8 monsters. So really, you don't want to only rely on that. So you want to have like other stuff to also play into, and plus more extenders the better, right? So yeah, you're soon to realize in the Limit 1 Festival, if you're playing Marincess specifically, it feels like a control deck, because you literally just, once you set up your field, you're pretty much controlling the field from the get-go, which is quite rare, because normally, some would argue Marincess is a control deck from the start, but I think it really shines in the Limit 1 Festival. So let me just show you guys what I'm talking about. So just to give you a bit of a sneak peek as to what I'm talking about, like the combo lines are just ridiculous. Like you can literally come up with whatever, and it's just like, wow, you can't do this in the normal ladder because you obviously have 2 copies of cards. But as you can see, look, I'm already like almost there. I just need about 3 more wins, and then I'm pretty much there. So effectively I've done the festival, so it's like didn't take up any time. As you can see, like, and I'm playing against like master rank caliber, diamond rank caliber. Like I haven't faced any platinum guys. I'm facing master rank people. So obviously these guys already have reached master rank or whatever, but they're like playing this festival. So it's not just against random people in bronze or whatever. They're actually like proper opponents. But of course, some of them are using loner festivals, loner decks, which the loner decks, I won't lie, they are pretty okay. But obviously remember, like for example, I don't see anyone playing this one. This one is actually it's not that amazing. But yeah, I mean, if you're gonna play a loner deck, I wouldn't recommend playing this one, because there's no real synergy. It's just a mashup of spellcasters, and yeah, it is what it is. I would say the beast one, the Zodiac one, is pretty good, because you have a bit of everything. You have like 1 card combo essentially with the Tri Brigade stuff. You have Zodiac that gets your Zodiac Xyz monsters, and it pretty much you have an engine to turbo out your Tri Brigade Charade, which obviously requires, Beast, Warrior, Wing Beast, so it's kind of generic. So the engines you run is actually quite crazy. So with Ancient Warriors as well, so it's not too bad. So if you played the deck before, then this is a go-to. You don't have to think about it. They've already thought about it for you. Then for those who play Tier Cash, Vanadium, or whatever, Visa Star for us, basically, it's pretty much all the engines in one. But obviously this is not the best list, I won't lie. People are not going to be playing some cards that they've seen before. Like no one's playing this New World Formation, Vader Kalanta. Like you've never seen these cards. You'll see like other cards, like obviously your Scarecrow stuff, your Tier stuff, your Kashira, which I even have all the Kashiras, by the way. Only has like 4 cards, I think. Yeah, 4 cards. Obviously the field spell, but basically not even when Unicorn's not here, Ogre's not here. So of course most people are probably just taking this as a guide and then just modifying it for their own Tier Cash Vanadium deck. So it's pretty much a Visas deck, because obviously it's all around Visa Star for us. So the same if you're playing branded tiers, you're pretty much playing Fallen Valbears and branded stuff and all that. So people are mix and matching. So the little decks are okay, but trust me, I think people are just gonna might as well just play their own deck, because you have one copy of everything. So how are the matchups basically? Well, my matchups are basically just like I said. I've been facing more tiers: Tier Element branded, Tier Element pure, Tier Element cash, Vanadium. I saw 1 or 2 super heavy. I don't know how that worked, but super heavy was there. And yeah, some people are playing the loner, so obviously if you're not understanding how the loner works, then you're not going to play it effectively. So some do, but others are not playing it as effective as they should have. Penguin Mutant, is that a thing? How does that work? Quite interesting. I'm saying people are running weird stuff, and I'm saying in a way people say, oh, but this festival's bad. Well, actually, if you think about it, it's actually incentivizing people to be a bit creative, because you realize some cards are actually broken in these type of events, because it's like, oh, you never thought they would actually be broken in like a normal rank ladder or whatever. But in this case, you really see deck creativity come out, because now you're limited to 1 copy, so you have to kind of find a deck that works. Either you're going to mix engines in, or you're going to make a deck that makes that synergizes with other decks, and that's pretty much the whole objective. So I think it definitely, especially for me, this is where I would actually take the opportunity to actually like explore, deck building, in the sense of like, hey, like you're building Marincess in a different way. Like for now, like I've already seen it. The lines are so different in this festival versus like, oh, your standard 1 card Marincess combo. Like literally you can go so many different directions. You get to like pretty much the same end board. The only difference now is your recovery is going to be a bit different. So you'll notice with Marincess, they're normally good for their recovery, recurring deck stuff every turn, but now it's more like you have to be careful, because you're 1 copy and your 1 copy, that's it. So you have to like find ways to resummon monsters again, make them usable. So that's when now the skill comes in. So I think actually, if you're playing a normal deck, you can actually just take this limit festivals like, okay, cool, I'm relying on 1 source of a deck, but then it actually will improve my dueling skills when I go into ranked ladder, because at least I'll value the 1 card or the boss monster, or playing through stuff, especially recovery, knowing that you only have 1 card only of that nature. You don't have a 2nd copy or 3rd copy, so it's good to actually like deal with actually like playing around with stuff. So I'll show you guys my build that I was working, and I'll kind of explain why why I was doing it. So we have a comment here that says, how do you obtain a good deck in Master Duel? I'm a teacher player and have no clue how to get good cards in this game. So it's kind of a, well, if you're a TCG player, I'm not sure how often you're playing TCG, but if you're only now coming back into the game, I think it's all the decks are fairly accessible. It all depends what you like. If you like link decks or synchro decks or Xyz decks or whatever. So my first point of call is obviously if you got a new account and you're not really like accustomed to the game yet, I think you can just get enough gems. Because the nice thing about this game versus like Duel Links is kind of not accessible to everybody, because it requires you to spend money to get packs and the card that you want. Here you can craft any card you want as long as you have the crafting material or even the gems to open a secret pack. So there's secret packs which open that specific cards are available that are usually SR or UR. So if you craft one of them, a secret pack gets open. So it depends what deck you want. If you can tell me what deck you like, then I can give you like a guide kind of. But generally I would say, okay, if I'm a new player into the game and I want to like try and see how do I get the maximum value, I would obviously start with getting enough gems. And the nice thing, if you're a new player, you get the dailies, you see the missions. If you go to your missions, you get your dailies. If you're a new player, you will get you know, these dailies, which is like free gems. And especially if you're a new player, you can use a player's code, which is giving you a structure deck, a free structure deck, which you can use. I think it's a sword soul one. So yeah, that one is also pretty nice. It's basically a good starter deck, I think. Let's see. So you're saying you're going for an Unchained deck, which is what I plan to teach you. But yeah, I didn't know I can craft the cards. Yeah, the thing is, you can literally craft the cards you want. So for example, if you want to, but I would say get the gems first, and then see what pack you can go into to get the cards. Because the nice thing about this, if I go to a deck, right, and I want to build, let's see, if I go to the deck, obviously it's, let's say if I take this one, right. What is this one? Yeah, if I take this random deck, right? So this is kind of like the deck I was using in the Limbo 1 Festival, but the nice thing is you can go to, you want to search for Unchained, so you can search for the card that you want. So we know Unchained, okay, if I spelled correctly, geez, what's going on here? Unchained, right? So you see Unchained, I already have some of the cards, but in your case, if you have 0 cards, you can literally just look at, let's say, Unchained Sword of Yama, where you look at related cards. So you'll see all the cards that you need. So you'll see there's like normal rarity, rare, super rare, and ultra rare, right? So ultra rare are like the best cards. Well, not the best cards, but the rarities that is like, it's hard to get. Because in terms of SR super rares, they're fairly, just like TCG, super rares are fairly easy to get. Ultra rares, secret rares, those ones are kind of rare. So similar to Master Duel, ultra rares like the more difficult ones to get. Because especially if you need 3 orbs and stuff, it requires a lot of crafting material. Whereas you see a super rare, if you disenchant, you see you get 10 SR back. If you disenchant a UR, let's say for example, you also get 10 back. But it also depends on the type of rarity that you get. If you get a glossy one, like you see some of them are glossy, some of them are prismatic. Like this one, yeah, this feather dust I have is a prismatic one, but obviously I cannot dismantle it. But if you have a prismatic one or royal rarity, you can get extra crafting material. So what I would do, I would take a card, I would say, okay, how do I obtain? It would tell me which pack I should go to. Now unfortunately for Unchained, the new stuff, there was a previous pack that was having the selection pack out with the cards, the new cards that came out. So unfortunately you can get it, you have to get in a master pack. But some of the Unchained cards, they're already in an existing secret pack. So you see where it says Rouse from Destruction, currently locked. So I'll just give you an example, right? So I'll craft one of the SR cards, right? I think the Abominable Unchained has already been in the game. So if I go to where this card is from, it's currently locked. If I go to this card and I say generate, right? Then you see it will generate, but then this thing will prompt to say, okay, something's available. So I like to just save, and then I go to this menu and it says, okay, there's a pack pull that I can open. So the nice thing about this, obviously it might be mixed with other archetypes, but the main thing is you get a free pack pull if you haven't opened that pack before. Then if you look at featured cards, you can see exactly what you are looking for. So if I filter for all the URs, you can see you want Unchained Abomination, you want your 1 copy. If you see SR, you see you have Soul of Rage, Soul of Anguish, the Disaster, the Unchained Soul. Those are all your super rares, right? Your rares are all your your Unchained, your Sarama, your Rakea, and your Ruha. Those are normally those that you don't have to actually craft, because you can actually get it quite easily, as well as your traps, right? The only thing unfortunately you have to craft is your newer cards. So your newer cards will obviously be your if you go back to Unchained, so that will be like your Soul of Yama, your what is it, your Shayama, your Savara, and your Yama. Those are the only new cards, I would say. Everything else is from that previous pack. So I think you need 2 or 3 of this. So maybe you have to craft this. So you can already work out to see how much you need. So let's say you put this in the deck and you say, okay, you go to Bash Generate Cards Not Owned. It will tell you how many cards you need. Then you can craft that many cards. So that's pretty much how I would say to start any deck. Just see how best to obtain it. If you have to go to a secret pack, then open a super rare, craft a super rare or ultra rare to get a access to that pack. Then you can do it. Yeah. So hopefully you'll be able to get the main thing. But the nice thing about the rare and the normal cards, it's fairly accessible. The main thing is the super rares and the ultra rares. So if you get that, then you're pretty good to go. Because master packs are not ideal, because obviously you can get a mix of cards. But if you get the specific secret pack for like Unchained, you can get more chance getting Unchained cards. So that's the advice I would give there for that. So yeah, hopefully you'll be able to build your Unchained deck. Don't forget, remember, it's not TCG specifically, it's more OCG oriented. So Maxi is legal and those type of things. So you can obviously just slightly adjust for a more OCG build, because Maxi is legal and stuff. So I think you can just look at the Master Duel meta. That's a good site. You can have a look at that and see what people are playing in terms of Unchained and Master Duel. Then that can be your guide to say, okay, this is how much ratios I need for building. So I'll just show you. So you can see this is the website, Master Duel meta. So you can just go to your whatever deck you want. Basically, you just go on the website. You can go, you see top decks. You can go and check, okay, I can search for Unchained. So you see there's Unchained here. I'll look at a recent deck list. This is a master rank deck list. You can see this is the ratios that they're working on. Then this is like your guide to see, okay, this is where I should pick up and start the deck from, getting the certain cards. And obviously, since you know the problem, I'm sure you know the combo, so you just need to get the card that you need and you can adjust. So that's how you work with that. All right, so that's kind of a quick guide for anyone who wants to start off a new account or whatever, or new player. That definitely will be for you. So like I was saying, back to limit 1, right? So my deck list is more of a pile deck. So why do I say that? Is because remember, my whole goal is not to make Marincess only. I can make Marincess plus something else. I cannot make Marincess maybe turn 1. I can make maybe just Synchro plays or even just Xyz plays. I have options, right? So I literally was just like, okay, let me just mix and match and see what can work. Because I know in these limit 1 festivals, if your normal engine gets disrupted and your 1 card is done, that's it. So you need to have something else to do. So you might be thinking, yo, geez, what are these cards? Like, why are they here? Remember, it's literally just a pile deck to get whatever you want. So basically, your combos are not driven by always Marincess all the time. Even though, yes, it is predominantly a Marincess deck. Like you can see, there's all the Link Marincess monsters. There's even Zelantis involved. But you'll see there's also non-Marincess decks. There's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 slots in there that are not Marincess cards. So it's literally for other stuff. Because the main aim of this is kind of combo, but not really combo, because you obviously have 1 card of each. So you have to find lines to get there, or you can just be creative. And that's literally what I'm doing. I'm literally just being creative. Like, I'm not, yes, I can be standard, just try keep it to 40 cards, but then where's the fun in that? It's a limit 1. 60 cards might feel excessive, but hey, I'm almost done with the event. So it just shows that, the deck is clearly working. And to make it even more spicy, I even took this deck list to ranked, and I did 3 replays. And playing against full power decks, I was actually doing okay. I was actually doing okay, and I was like, wow, that's a bit surprising, because I was supposed to be having a disadvantage because I have 1 copy of each deck, but they have full 2 copies, 3 copies. They went full combo, even going second, playing through disruption, still comboing off, still establishing a board. It's quite important. So I think you should definitely use this festival even if you're done with the gems, I would say to more explore your deck that you're mainly playing. Like for example, the viewer said now in the chat now, he's playing Unchained. I would take Unchained and say, okay, how else can I get to the same end board, but now mixing other fiend monsters that are not usually part of the engine? Then you see, oh, there's some spicy text I can run maybe here that I never would have played before. So for example, like the Deep Sea Diva combo, right? You know, this can also get you to your Marincess line as well, without even having Marincess in your opening hand. Like Diva can get you into this. This can get a level 4 Water Monster from the deck, which is a blue tank, or whatever Marincess you need. So literally from another engine, you can get another one. So to say that there's really a choke point, there isn't a choke point, because you say, oh, but now you only have one line and Marincess only stock. But no, even if you start with no Marincess monsters, you can still end on the other ones, because remember, most of the Marincess monsters like Current Enemy, Crystal Heart, Marbled Rock, and even Bubble Reef, they're all generic. It's only, no, and even Argonaut as well, it's only a Coral Triangle and your Link 1s, your Marincess movement, that are actually like restricting you to say, okay, you must use Marincess monsters. But everything else, the Link 2s, the Link 3s, Marbled Rocks specifically, and then the Link 4s, they're all generic. Even Zelantis, it says even at least one effect monster is even more generic. So Link 4 over Link 4, or you can use just any monsters that make up a Link 4. So it's actually not bad. So, I mean, obviously the card choice, I mean, ultimately, yes, that's up to the player, but I think most of these cards, I'm sure most people have. If you play a water deck, you probably have some of these cards here. I would say, you know, give it a try. Slap it on top of your Marincess line if you play Marincess, or any water-based deck. Just try it out and see, because you can go Synchro, you can go Xyz, you can go Link. On top of all your combos, your board will be so much better. Which normally in ranked you wouldn't be doing that, because you obviously want to focus on your main line, which is like, let's say, your Synchro line or your Xyz line or whatever. So that's what I like about this event specifically, is that my combos do not end like on one monster. I can end on like multiple monsters just based on the combo lines, because I have extenders, I have starters, I have Small World that can bridge into anything. I can look at people's hand. Yes, I can look at people's hand. I didn't know this card exists. Well, I didn't know this card existed, but I knew it existed, but I didn't realize it actually had a crazy effect. Because this card, basically, if you add it by an effect of a water monster, you can literally look at your opponent's hand, which is, you can reveal the card and look at your opponent's hand. So it's like, okay, it gives you knowledge, okay, in your further combos, what they have, so you can kind of say, okay, based on my inboard, I can play around it. So quite interesting. So how do you get it to your hand? Well, Dragoons, if you send it to the graveyard to activate a water monster effect. So if you trigger it off, you know, Abyssalacia, trigger it off Bubble Reef, trigger it off even Coral Triangle, because remember, they all send water monsters to the grave to activate effects. So this is triggering. So you see how Marincess can even synergize with the Atlantean engine, because all the Atlantean monsters trigger when they're sent to the graveyard to activate a water monster's effect. The same with even these Deep Sea cards, Deep Sea Artisan, Deep Sea Sentry. They all trigger when you send to the graveyard to activate a water monster's effect. So even though it's not necessarily it's part of the normal Marincess line, in this deck it actually just synergizes. So we see great synergy again. The same with the Mermail engine, right? This basically is like a popular. So before even popular existed, this was literally the way, how do you get this? Well, the Mermail Abyssalacia will discard a water monster, which also triggers the Atlanteans, the Dragoons, or whatever, that anything that requires when it's sent together by water monster's effect. Discard this, summon this card from the hand, and when you do, you add a level 4 or lower Mermail monster from your deck to your hand. So basically, it's just like, you know, if you add a popular. So Ash will add popular, so this will literally add this. And what does this do? If it's added from the deck or grave, that's the nice thing about it. The deck or the grave to your hand by a card effect, you can summon this card from your hand. So it's even better than popular, because popular only can add from the hand, whereas this is from the deck or the grave. So I think it's even better, I would say, than popular. Obviously, in the case of Mermails, it's obviously you know, this is an in-house popular. So Normally, if you use Abyss Teus in your opening hand, you can literally get 2 bodies on field. You can already go core an enemy before even normal summoning. Keyword, before normal summoning. So that's already like, again, you are not relying on normal summoning too much. And again, this deck has so many extenders. You got Chthona as well. There's a free extender. You got Dream Shark. You got Abyss Shark that can search Dream Shark. You got even Tidal. Tidal can send any water monster. Send your Marincess monster and you can combo off. Or send a specific card that you need, depending on what your hand is. Mina Haruka is also a great extender because whenever water monster is activated, you can summon. So it's literally just so much extension that you would think, hey, like, does this deck really break? Not really, because it shouldn't. It's very rare if it does, but I've dueled almost 14 games now, 11 games. The deck has really bricked, and it's actually done pretty well. Even going first or going second, it's pretty okay. Because again, Limit 1 is kind of like, if you see control decks, it's kind of difficult to beat because like you set up the M board to the point where now the opponent can't really deal with it. So yeah, this deck can pull a lot. Even Zelantis, the OTK under Zelantis is possible. Because remember, the OTK line is much easier now because you have so much extension. So it's not just, oh, your standard Marincess line only to extend. As long as you have enough extenders, you can easily go for a game with Zelantis, which is possible. So it's definitely doable. So literally, this deck has got so many different cards. I mean, I could explain all of them, but really, you have to actually see on the thing what happens. So even now, I can even do one game just to show you like what I can do. Obviously, like I'm almost done with the event, but I'm just gonna show you like what exactly I'm talking about, just to show you that, you know, the M board is never the same. Yes, it might look like the same, but how you get there might be different. So yeah, you can literally just try like a game or two, and then we can just show you like, okay, this is exactly how, you know, the deck actually does pretty well. You know, because remember, hand traps aren't really prevalent in this event. You might think so, but remember, Ash is not really coming up because remember, Maxi is not in the event. So because Maxi is banned, no one's really playing Ash as much. They're rather playing other things like Crow or Draw, but they rarely come up because again, you're playing 40 cards plus it's a brick. Like, look at this hand already. This hand's already insane. Without even doing anything, this hand is insane. So you see, this already is going to do stuff. Already. I have Ogre, I have Sleepy Maiden, I have Seals. Oh, look at this. He's playing Cash Ogre himself. So that means he's probably playing Kashtira, most likely. I need to find out that I'm probably also playing Kashtira also. Yeah, he's playing Kashtira pure. Or yeah, definitely. He's just playing Vsauce, but with other stuff involved. Because Kashtira Ogre is not in the original Loner build. So he's playing his own version. So let's see how it plays out. So this is like full on Vsauce. It's like Vanadium, Tier, Cash, all in one, Scareclaw, all in one. So it makes sense for this type of event. I mean, Vsauce Star Frost synergizes with so many cards, so it makes sense. It's actually one of the better decks that actually synergizes with a lot because Vsauce Star Frost is mentioned like everywhere, and everything just synergizes nicely. So I mean, I'm not surprised that he's going to play Vanadium because it's actually one of the decks that you actually could run that actually does. It's actually quite strong. I would say it's stronger than Branded. I would say because at least this has Fusion line, Synchro line, Xyz line, so many lines. And obviously Amatara can search any field spell that mentions itself, so, well, he mentions Vsauce Star for us, but can get you exactly what you need. So yeah, let's see how this duel ends out. But yeah, and my hand already is, I can do something with it, you know? Because Cradle can probably add Gamir, Ron Adrian that can go into Gamir. Yes, I'll get an effect trigger off Kashtira Ogre, but that's not really, you know, too crazy to deal with. Because I have to always assess what his end board is. If the end board's too bad, then obviously I can't beat it, but if I can beat it, I'll find a way. Okay. One thing to note is it's rare for Vanadium to use all these tuners because they like using the Meek. The Meek is more popular. The other ones you rarely see in Vanadium, but because now there's less monsters to destroy, so they have to use the other tuner monsters, which is rare. So like I'm saying, you normally won't play certain cards, but because of these type of events, you'll be able to do that. Of course, your classic Baron de Fleur in Vanadium. For those in the TCG, you know all about it, but now obviously it's banned now in the TCG, but basically that's what Vanadium was doing. Like the best Vanadium card out there. So yeah. Let's see what the end board is. Because so far the only real threat is Baron de Fleur really. And he might go into Cross Shape into Vicious Astrolabe maybe. Yeah. That's exactly what he's gonna do. Which is a bit odd though. Why would you give up Ogre? That's a bit weird though. That's in a way a form of disruption. Given in Limit 1 Festival, ripping a card out of your deck is quite useful, I would say. Especially if you're playing against a tier deck. You can rip a tier name and then that's it. They can't interact. They can only fuse once or a one-off. Because remember, everything now is a one-off. So now you know whatever you're sniping out is crucial, potentially. So, and you won't be able to interact with it. So that's the nice thing about it. So probably he's going to go into another Synchro 10, most likely. Because those tuner monsters are not going to be doing anything by themselves. So I assume you're going to Synchro with Vicious Astrolabe, maybe? Sorry, I didn't see your comment, Travis. Did you see the new Sky Striker support and alternative arts coming out? Is the new Sky Striker cards coming out? I didn't see anything about that. Oh, jeez, Appaloosa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. That's interesting. Well, there's ways to play around that. Let's see. Oh, look at this. Lu-Tang. Perfect. Perfect. That's it. So we can like literally bait out quite a few things. So the only thing is now we have like basically 5 negates to worry about, which is 4 in this and then 1 here. So let's see what we can do. First things first, let's get this on field. Because remember, if you negate once, we can crash into the Apollo, then that's it. Baron is basically the only negate. So let's get Ice J Cradle. If he negates this. Hey, you won't negate that, that's smart. Then we can go on Adrian. So this one he has to negate. Like, I feel like he has to negate, right? Because, or, let me see. Let me bet out Cash Ogre first. But now he knows I have Ron Adrian in my hand, so he knows I'm playing around that. So he probably is going to destroy this one. And then he's going to allow it. Okay, interesting. Interesting. So here's the thing. I'm just going to bait this out completely. Yeah. So he's going to use the Baron probably, right? Like he's got choices. He doesn't know which one to negate. I mean, it's a no-brainer. Because if he uses Appaloosa, Kashira Ogre is big enough to beat over it. Because it's only 2400. So his best choice is probably to negate with Baron most likely. But then if he uses up his Baron negate, then he can't obviously destroy something. And Appaloosa does not destroy. So only negates. That's a bit, yeah, so, yeah, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. That is a tough one. So now, he's used his Omni Negate, so now I can use Cashier Ogre now to trigger to banish. If he negates this, it doesn't make sense. Yeah, exactly. Oh, look at that, the 1-0 field spell. Unicorn 1-0. 1-0. Okay, so let's get rid of Unicorn because that's just going to be a problem later on. You'll be able to add it on later. So, let's go Blue Tang, of course. Because we have Seals in hand and we have Sleepy Maiden, so we can extend. If he has Imperm or something, or even I love if he has Super Poly, because I would just be like, wow. No, oh, Vela, okay. That's also fine. That's also fine. That's also fine. Because literally, like, we're just playing through all the disruption and we can still combo regardless. So, we can even trigger the Sleepy Maiden, but I'm actually not going to. Because this is actually fine as part of our combo lines, actually. So this is perfectly fine. So go Blue Slug. So obviously you're gonna protect this effect first because you want to add. You don't want to not add because that's just obviously not ideal. Yeah, so you get this back. Remember, if he negates with Appaloosa, we crash with Cashier Ogre, and then is dead. So his negate's effectively only one negate. So he must be very careful what he does with this stuff. So, oh, look at that dive! What a top deck! Look at that. That's beautiful. So already we can further extend, even if we somehow get disrupted, which I don't think so. But yeah, let's just continue. Like, we're already in a good position already. So. Yeah, we're already in a very good position. I mean, this, yeah. So if he negates this, like, it's over right here. This is literally over. This is over. Yeah, so you see now, this is very easy. Just go battle phase, crash into this, then negate's done. So you see, Apollo USA is not really that of a threat. Because luckily Cashier Ogre is big enough to beat over because it has to reduce his attack, so that's only negative. Yes, now we lose our battle phase, but it's fine as long as we're setting up our board. That's the main thing, right? So let's see what this phase down is. We're keeping Cash Ogre just in case there's something that he wants to set up. But you see, we literally have plays. Now we can do a now here's the thing, we can do a crazy play here, right? We can go Deep Sea Artisan, which will send the top card of our deck. Then we can target a level 4 or lower, special summon it, right? So we can effectively summon Blue Seahorse. So we can actually get 2 for 1. So this is actually the combo we're gonna do. So we can send a top card to the deck. Okay, that's fine. Then we can literally target this. Then this can summon back if we want to, but let's get back Seals, right? And you see, literally, that's just like different lines which you wouldn't have been able to do before. And again, we're ensuring follow-up, right? So you're gonna go with the setup. And he's gonna add back. It's gonna add back Seals. We're gonna use this, discard this. So you see now I no longer need to summon Sleepy Maiden anymore. I can even do something better. I can even go into Argonaut and equip Sleepy Maiden with a Link monster if I want to, but let's rather just go for the play of banishing because that will be better for long term. Because we literally have enough extension to do something. So the only downside is obviously we don't have the effect of we're getting the effect of Bubble Reef, which is fine because nothing is banished yet. So we could do that. Okay, maybe I should have put Steven in the grave so I can banish, but that's okay. I wanted to keep her now to see what we're gonna do, so that's fine. We can literally just do this. Let's see, can we extend further? I think so, eh? No, I think we do we leave it like this, and then we just like basically ensure that we have good follow-up, because this is not doing anything on the field effectively, so we could do that. Yeah, I think rather let's leave it like this, because the Brawn Negate is not going to do anything, so I think let's leave it like this. Let's leave it like this rather. This is fine. Because his next draw I think is the field spell anyway, so it's not like too amazing as well. So it's fine. So here's a nice thing, right? We can banish Cashier Ogre, get it back off preparations, and it's literally just free value. So you see what I'm saying, guys? Like sometimes we think too linear sometimes, but if you go a bit creative and you're a decent enough player, right, you can obviously do stuff. But yeah, you see he's gonna go standby phase, return a monster back. We just want to see what he's gonna return back, because either way we can answer it. So there's no point in negating this. Actually, this is Amatera. Why would he get that back? Why would he get that back? During the main, if you can destroy one monster you control. Do I want to allow this still? Yeah, I think I'm not gonna allow it because he has to crash into this. Actually, no. I'm actually not gonna allow him to do it. Yeah, no. Yeah, actually, I think it's not gonna be. Let me see what it is. I don't know. Do I negate this? Yeah, I think I'll negate this because I don't want him to go back into the deck. I want him to stay there. Yeah, and this is fine. Yeah, so you won't be able to do that. Yeah, that's fine. Trigger the deck again. Perfect. Yes. Ooh, okay. Okay. We get a Tillerman name. Oh, Shiren, you are gone from the game. Deleted. Done. Okay. Now you see standby phase. Gonna go like this. Gonna banish Castor Ogre. Do not summon it though. Do not summon it. We're gonna activate this, but we're not gonna summon Castor Ogre because I want him to crash into this Bubble Reef, because our follow-up is gonna be insane on the next turn. How did you get the theme playing? It's basically just the background music. You not like it? I think it's just a set background music for the game. The festival, the rank mode, I think is set. You can't really change it. I wish you could change it, and you can pick and choose what you like. But is the third loner deck good? It's good, but remember you have to kind of understand how it works. So yeah, it's not. It's amazing. This is definitely not the loner deck because clearly this guy is running Baron de Fleur, and I don't think Baron de Fleur is a Vsauce card as far as I know. So yeah. Tillerman Castira. So here's the thing, right? We're actually gonna summon this because he's actually got preparations as far as I know. Let's just special summon this. Tier cash. Yeah, he's gonna probably, yeah. And remember, Bubble Roof is gonna get bigger, so it potentially might be bigger than Baron de Fleur. So if he tries and does something, then it's not gonna work. So yeah. Okay, let's see. Got Ash, Cashier Theosis. Okay, that's not ideal. So there was an Ash here, but battle phase. This is fine. I mean, you can't really do anything, really, not. So. Who is negated? What are you doing? You are literally negated. You don't even read. You are literally negated. Okay, let's see what we can do. Ooh, look at this. This is a beautiful extender, Aqua Spirit. It's a free extender. So we can literally go Kraken if you want to. Which is nuts. Yeah. Like there's just so many options. We don't necessarily need to go always like mainly Marincess, but we can do so many things. You can mix and match. Oh, look at that. He's not even deciding to do anything. So 3900, that's fine. It's probably gonna get banished very soon. So let's just do this. So what do you want to get rid of? We can get rid of this, because we should have enough to banish. So we go Blue Tang. So Blue Tang is gonna send. What are we gonna send? I think we're gonna send. I think we're gonna send Crown Tail, because Crown Tail is gonna be crazy. Because you see, in our graveyard we have so many Marincess Link monsters, and we're gonna be protected from battle destruction. So it's gonna be pretty nice. As you can see, we still got Marbled, we still got Crystal Heart, so we can even go back to our Link 4 if we want to, which I think we're probably gonna do. Actually, let me just target this. So you see, the combos never really end, if you think about it. Never really ends. We can even go Argonaut straight. Actually, we can go Argonaut straight. Let me get another body on field, just for the sake of it. Yeah, we can even go for that also. That's also fine. Let's go for this. This is crazy. We can go Argonaut, right? We can spin back the. Actually, no. Is that better? No, let me just think now. Yeah. We go like this. You do we get a name hopefully? Oh, we get Sea Star, even better. Even better. Even better, we get Sea Star. So now we can do this. We can go manage this, yeah. Get this. We can actually equip Bubble Reef, actually. So that will be a play. Then we can use this. Take this. Spin you. We can reborn this. And then we can even gain attack for the Argonaut. Nuts. Crazy. And we can banish again from the deck. Yeah, we're running out of time, but oh, Fenrir, look at that top deck. Look at that. Look at that top deck. Yeah, Fenrir. No. It's fine. Let me go into this. Yeah, like he knows the game is over. There's no way he's winning this. He's losing cards with Cashier Oda. We have a Spell and Trap negate because of Sleeping Maiden. Like, it doesn't matter if you want to use something, it's not going to work. If we trigger Cashier Ogre's effect once you use talents, we can negate it. So can you see what I'm talking about? Like, this is just one example of the lines are not linear. There's no real like crazy inboard. And you see, we had a pretty good hand. I remember we're going second, and we still did pretty well. So I think it's pretty nice. So that's what I'm saying. Limit 1 shouldn't really be difficult. If you know how deck building is, it shouldn't be difficult. Because like I said, I'm almost done with the first one. Look, this is a Master 1 player, right? This is definitely not the loner deck, as you can see. It might look like it, but look, he's running Revolution Synchron, he's running Reframing, he's running Crimson Dragon, which makes sense because obviously it will turbo out, maybe a Displater, tag out Baron. Like, so this is not your standard loner build. So you see, this is like someone who actually knows, like, okay, more or less, he has all the cards. We're still able to play through a lot, you know? So, can you see, this is like probably what you'd be experiencing most. People already just have everything and it just synergized, so. But you see, we had so much advantage. And it's just like, look, these are not platinum players or whatever. These are diamond master rank players. This guy's even Master 1. So there shouldn't be an excuse for you to say, oh, okay, but now the festival is not good. I think it's just a testament to show, okay, how good your deck building is, and also your skills. Because this is under limit 1, by the way. Remember, we never use any link 2s to go to that Argonaut. We use extenders just to go through. So it's really not like a difficult festival. And you see, I'm almost done. Literally 2 more wins, and then I'm done. So effectively, I've gotten the festival like done within like a day. Because obviously I started out in the morning, and then obviously I had a busy day, and then obviously now I'm going to finish off and literally in no time. And even though the festival is valid for May 26, remember there's still the Fusion Link Festival, which is also coming out on is it on Monday? Yeah, Monday. So ideally you want to prepare yourself for the Fusion Link Festival. And by the way, spoiler alert, it's pretty much a Marincess festival because it's gonna be pretty strong. I mean, yes, Fusion, yes, Tillerman's gonna be there, Brand is gonna be there, but it's something we can deal with. It's not impossible, we can deal with it. Especially if you mix in the Horus stuff. I mean, the Horus stuff does add a bit more layers to our layers of defense, which is nice. So yeah, pretty cool. So that's the Limit 1 festival. I'm not gonna really stress too much about it. I mean, obviously if you guys are playing different style decks, I mean, you can definitely tell me what deck you're playing. I mean, if it's good, if it's not, because really literally there's no right or wrong way to play a certain deck. You can play it however you want. No one's gonna really say anything, as long as you're getting the wins. That's the main thing. If you're getting the wins, no one's gonna say, oh, but I'm not getting enough wins because my deck is aka bad or whatever. Remember, it's all about your deck building. That's actually what the Limit 1 festival is about. If you can create a deck that synergizes, that's pretty much it. So you're playing Earth Machine. Now here's the thing, right? I actually built so if you guys if you've been a long time viewer of my channel, you would have seen my older Limit 1 videos, because remember, this is only the second time they only bring this Limit 1 festival. So I played like, I think 4 or 5 decks. I think three. I played a zombie Limit 1 deck. I played a water deck as well. But I was more of a synchro, also a synchro variant, but more like, white aura stuff. Remember, this was like early in Master Duel, not with all the crazy support that came out. So it still worked. I was still playing Marincess, but not like, and even then Marincess didn't even have all the support. So I was still playing and doing pretty well. And then also I played plants. Yes, I was playing plants with Rose Dragon. That was also great. And then I was playing Earth Machine. Oh, that was I think Earth Machine was probably like my favorite, because you were just turboing out your Xyz monsters, the Juggernaut Libe. That was like just going for game easier. But now, obviously now, I'm sure it's better now, because remember, we have so many lines now to get there. Especially with the Therion Regulus being an Earth Machine, makes it nice because now we have a negate. You also have, the Verniself cards, which also trigger like, your Earth. You can revive Earth monsters for basically free. So it just adds up to more extension. So I think maybe now Earth Machine might be great. So if we have time, because remember there's plenty of time in the Limit 1 Festival, I'll probably be done with the gems, but I can still play it. I might actually just experiment, going back to my old decks that I used to play. We still have Max as well. Yeah, so, no, surprisingly enough, I actually don't play Super Dora, which is weird, because Super Dora is good turn 1, because it makes your cards, you can make a card unaffected for like a turn. But I realized you don't actually need it, because like I said, this is now before all the support came. Now Earth Machine is way better than before. So yeah, if you're playing purely a train engine, like purely trains, then of course the heavy train Decarain, the bullet train, those are standard level 10s. Yeah, there's just so many things. The Flying Pegasus, the Infinitrax are just amazing. Like that, if you're playing Earth Machine, you must be playing Infinitrax. That's like nuts. Then yeah, there's also like generic Earth Machines, which are good. Even Ancient. Now you might argue Ancient Gear. Why would you play Ancient Gear in that? You're only playing it because remember the Link 2, the Ballista can search Gear Town. Gear Town can destroy Gear Town and make a monster 0. You can search Engine Gear Reactor. That thing is gonna be 3k. Your opponent cannot respond to spell and traps and destroy it at damage depth, which is crazy. Mech damage, not necessarily going for the fusion lines per se, but the fact that you can turbo out Ancient Gear Reactor is nuts. And obviously Ancient Gear Box is also searchable off Ballista, which can also add a Earth Machine with 500 attack or defense, which is your Infinitrax and even some of your extension, which is nice. So Earth Machine's pretty good option. But yeah, I think I might definitely revisit those builds. Zombies is probably the one that's more like easier to play, because remember there's a structure deck already on it, and it's kind of like very easy to play. So you can mix zombies with pretty much anything. Because once you throw Zombie World, everything becomes zombie. Even your graveyard becomes zombie. So if you have non-zombie monsters, they become zombies. So it's like pretty easy to turbo out anything. So you can even run like, now I was even thinking in my head, the Shiranui cards, everybody got those cards from when you play the solo mode, right? You get the free structure deck, kind of, the Shiranui cards. They're all fire monsters. So maybe you could play a bit of a Snake Eye engine, you do your Snake Eye plays, then you do your Shiranui plays. I mean, Promethean Princess can revive fire monsters. So all your Shiranui cards are fire. So there's some synergy there. So yeah, there's quite a lot of options there that you can do. So yeah, quite a lot of options if you're playing Limit 1. Because of course you want to play the best deck, but now look, in ranked you're playing the best deck. In festivals you're playing the best deck. There's really no creativity. Then it's like, what's the point? You're playing festivals, but then you're still getting frustrated because people are saying, oh, but the festivals are bad because everyone's playing the same boring decks. Well, the thing is, then why should you also be the same category? You play something different, you'll probably become a better player because of it. And I'm definitely seeing the difference between now me just playing, okay, I could have just taken the standard, play Telemans, play this, because again, it's more like win more, which is fine because obviously people want to just get their gems and leave. But then you see, the problem is if you play such a, I don't know how you feel about this, but if you play a meta deck for so long, it feels like repetitive and boring. Like I remember my friends in the TCG, they were saying like when the cash format was a thing, it was so boring because like you're always playing Kashira or facing it the same lines. Kashira is very linear, I would say. It's very, very linear. And it got to a point that people were just like bored. Because it's like, okay, it's the same inboards you're making, the same plays. There's no like making you like actually think. The deck is just doing everything for you. Like, okay, if you see this, you do this. If you see this, do this. There's no like actual creativity. So now the format feels like a bit boring for you because like you're going to the same events, you're playing the same deck the same way, nothing is changing. And it's like, okay, then how are you making yourself a better player over time? So that's what I'm saying. Even for me as a Marincess player, as much as I can play Marincess on the normal way people are playing it, I will feel like, okay, but then I feel like there could be more potential here. There's more lines we could have done. There's more engine we can run. So that's why you see, even me, I'm trying the Horus stuff, which I know most people will not be running it. But again, it's a possible option. The same way people thought, okay, is Kashira Ogre good? Like, is it useful? Like, yes, it is, because again, Marincess does not have a lot of extension beyond like the Spring Girl and the Seahorse and maybe Mandarin, but it's not good enough as an engine on its own, so it needs like additional. Yeah, the Vernisylph monsters definitely give a lot of synergy, because literally you can pitch an Earth monster, you can it does something, but then you can revive an Earth monster. So even your Machina cards, the Machina Citadel, the Fortress, those are broken cards. If you're playing Earth Machine, you should definitely run those two, because those two are, even the Metal Cruncher as well. Like, it just, you can search your higher level monsters instantly, because it reveals 3 Earth Machines and you can add one of them, which is crazy. So like, now if you play Earth Machine, you have so many different lines now. And remember, by the way, you can even run Fenrir if you want to, because Fenrir is an Earth. So just remember, Earth, people downplay Earth. You should not, because there's a lot of potential there with the Earth monsters, because there's actually some pretty broken cards. Even not even just Earth Machine, like if you just play like an Earth pile, you can definitely do something there. But I think Earth Machine is more stronger, because especially going second, oh my goodness, if you pull off that combo of Gustav Max into Juggernaut Lee with at least a lot of materials, oh my gosh, you're gonna kill your opponent easily. And like, it's crazy. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Deck building is only limited to the person that's building it. So really, you got to be creative. That's why I always take these events. I take it as an excitement, because at least I know, okay, I can explore, you know, the downsides, the upsides of a deck. You know, I can innovate. You know, that's why even if I don't get like the results I want, as long as I know that, okay, my hands are consistent, I'm able to do something. Of course, your hand might not play through all the boards, but that's just because your opponent is just that good. For some reason, they have everything, which is fine. So speaking about that, we're obviously now in a meta now where everybody's playing Horus. It's a fact. And I promise you guys, it's a fact. Everyone's playing Horus. I kid you not. You think, oh, I'm seeing Tia often, I'm seeing Snake Eyes often. Trust me, I'm rarely seeing Snake Eyes now. Or maybe it's just a new flavor of the month because the new pack came out, but trust me, everyone's just running Horus. Horus is everywhere. Horus Stun, Horus Runic, Horus Naturia, Horus Blackwing. Yes, Horus Blackwing is a thing, which I will say is pretty good though. I've actually played it. It's actually pretty good. Very consistent actually. Like the Horus everything, you know. It's pretty good. My opinion on Branded Bestials. Branded Bestials. I mean, the thing is, in the TCG, it's nice because you have 3 Drusworm, 3 Magnamut, Baldrake, I think is unlimited, Sarani is unlimited. Like, so you have, I think, yeah, you have TCG is more unlimited, but in Master Duel, like, Magnamut's limited to 1, Drusworm's limited to 1, Sarani is limited to 1. And then Baldrake, no one really plays more than 1, so you're only playing realistically 4 Bestials, and then obviously your Rebellion, which is at 3. But I mean, it's not too bad. But I think Branded doesn't really need all the Bestials, because the only real Bestials that synergize is Rebellion, of course, and the Sarania. But Drusworm and Magnamut are only there because they'll give you access to those cards, but other than that, I think Branded has way too many cards that support that archetype, and I think they're just too good. I mean, who would have thought? Even limiting Branded Fusion to 1, they are still accessing combos which are like, wow. And that's what I'm saying. Like, imagine those Branded players who will be like, okay, I'm just doing the same old thing. I see Branded Fusion, I do this. I see this. They don't think. Well, I'll promise you, Branded now is more of a high risk, high reward deck, because you have to know what you're doing. You can't just like solely rely on branded, because people are literally playing branded as if there's no branded fusion, and they're still getting a crazy inboard because they have cards, remember, that can actually fuse, like just like branded fusion would fuse. So there's many ways to fuse in that deck. So it's not just branded fusion only. Obviously branded fusion is from the deck, but there's Blazing Carstasia, there is Branded in white, there is Branded in red, there is so many cards, there's Branded Banishment, there's so many cards that fuse. Even the monsters themselves, they also fuse. So once you get access to those monsters, pretty much there. So I'll say branded bestials are not like up there. I think branded Despia per se, like, is actually like still better. It's although I will say the matchup is not difficult to face, but it's just that it's fun. Like not fun in the sense of like fun to play against, but like the interactions you have is interesting. You know, that's one thing I'll say, because especially their card Branded Lost. Branded Lost stops most interactions, so it just pray if you don't have Branded Lost. Obviously, if you have it, you must just make sure you don't activate potentially a trigger of a fusion, because remember, you cannot negate a activation of a fusion unless you have an Ash or like an Argonaut, which can negate the effect. So that's just something to take note of. But yeah, so like I said, the Horus is out, and dude, it is literally messing me up, because not in the sense of like I'm losing to Horus. The problem is Horus has access to too many things that they shouldn't have. You know, they have access to stuff like summon limit, skill drain, even, because remember, they don't care about skill drain. It's just like I would say Horus now is becoming like an Eldritch 2.0, which I think is even better than Eldritch, because Eldritch requires setup to summon. So long as those guys are in the graveyard and King Sarcophagus is on the field, they can summon, spam themselves, you know, and they're high attack monsters. And yo, I tell you that it's just a problem, especially that they have access also to extra deck, which is also like, you know, Dingirsu, Little Knight. So like I said in I think my previous 2 streams where I explained how the Horus works, like literally Horus is a problem. And as much as we can try and deny it, I mean, it's not impossible to break the wheel, but the thing is you have to make sure you have the right setup, because if your setup's not good, then you're not able to have a decent matchup against Horus, because Horus is just like, especially now they're playing summon limit and those things, so they're kind of restricting you now because they know you can blow them out, but it's just it's tough. Because if you look at the match history, just look at this, right? I was in diamond 3, right? Then I deranked, right? Then I deranked again, because like I'm facing Horus everywhere, and the thing is I'm losing to summon limit, and obviously we suck under summon limit because we spam a lot. So if you're a link deck, it's not good. For them, they don't care, because they just summon, they can summon big bodies and they can do anything. So like it's just crazy. Like if I look at this, right, just look, if I face, look at the wins. Horus, look at this. This is Horus with, there can only be 1 skill drain, summon limit. Like bro, it's just too much. Like, and you might think, oh, is this enough? But look, they even have Vanity's Ruler, which now prevents you from special summoning, but they can still summon. So it's just now, and it's just now a stun deck. I think now it's no longer just, okay, like obviously pure Horus is playing stun, but obviously as an engine it might be mixed with other decks. But if you see pure Horus, they have access to everything. Like Super Poly, they don't care. Level 8 Turbo, even this card, you see this card here, this card came up where it says detach a material from this card until the end of the opponent's turn. You cannot be destroyed by card effects, but also neither player can special summon from the graveyard. So you might think, does that hurt Horus? No, because remember, just like Bestial Lubellion, they don't activate to summon from the graveyard, they just summon themselves on the field. So always be careful. If you're facing a card like Lubellion or the Horus cards, even if Necro Valley is on the field, they will still summon, right? Which is weird, because it's Necro Valley says you're not allowed to move cards from the graveyard to another place. But this doesn't, the fact that these Horus cards do not activate. The same like Blizzard of Burn does not activate. So even though you have a card that says neither player can special summon monsters from the graveyard, it doesn't even say in the text, but the ruling basically says if you activate an effect to summon from the grave, it's not going to allow you to do it. So if an effect says target a monster in your grave, special summon it, that you can't do. But if there's a monster that just says you can summon this card from your graveyard, like you see it says here, you can special summon this card from, it doesn't trigger an effect. There's no chain activating, so you lose because of that. You know, you're not losing because of like the deck itself. You're losing because of these small interactions and these things that just like don't make sense. Because I don't know who thought they should not have effects to activate in the grave, which is crazy. Because I mean, how do you deal with it? Because under skill drain they don't care, under necro valley they don't care. Under a lock like this, where they will summon this on your on their turn 1, they'll lock you for your turn, but then on their next turn they'll be able to do it because it says until your opponent's end of your opponent's next turn. So it's 2 turns. So they don't care because they'll summon anyway and they'll still beat you. So I'm like what is that? That doesn't make sense. So Horus is everywhere. Horus stun. Which one was this? This was against okay, this is also stun. So you see regular stun like this, and then obviously Horus stun. Which one is this? Okay, this was against Eldritch. Okay, so I don't know, for some reason I'm also seeing Eldritch, which is rare. Very rare to see Eldritch, but Eldritch was like the first like proper like, you know, before Horus was a thing, they're basically doing the same thing. They don't care about skill drain, they don't care about most things. So that was them. Then obviously Rescue Ace. This one was fine. I mean, I could able to deal because the main thing is if they don't resolve Turbulence, they're not doing anything. They're really not. They're all just going into Pit Knight early and Promethean, but you can deal with that, right? Because you got Basilima, you got Cold By, you got things. So once you deal with the Turbulence, you're fine with that. So that's their main line. Also with Rescue Ace, while you're on that note, just be careful of these cards like Impulse and Airlifter and those sort of things, because for some reason Konami gave them these effects that when an opponent activates a monster effect, they attribute themselves to summon monsters from the deck or hand or grave or whatever. So it's like stupid because now they're just giving like turn 0 plays, which is ridiculous. Because they could summon literally a preventer on your turn. They could summon a fire. Where's this card? Okay, they don't play that card, but the one that draws 2 and discards 1 if you add a card to your hand. This one summons a machine monster from your deck, so it can summon a preventer, it can summon a turbulence. Like they can literally play on your opponent's turn, which is ridiculous. So I don't know why that have the case, but that's fine. This guy, Eldritch, 60 card Eldritch. I'm like, what are people doing? Like, and the thing is, you're probably asking, why are people playing Eldritch and Horus stun? The problem is the meta is just, it's crazy, you know. So instead of playing the game normally, people are now resorting to playing stun decks. It's just a fact, you know. It's unfortunate, but I think that's where it's come down to, you know. So as you can see, I like most of my losses, right? Okay, this one was a pendulum player. You know, the pendulum players, when they have their full board, you clear it, but then obviously you don't have anything else to combo with, so that's unfortunate. This one was against Horus Tier, but again, they had Max C on my turn, so they drew like of course a billion cards, and then obviously they combo off when you have a billion cards, so they don't care. So of course Maxi, of course, being there, of course. Then again, Tenement player, but again, not Tenement player like normally. They have access to everything. Look, they got Little Knight, they got fusion play, synchro play, so they don't care really if you negate their fusions, because you think, oh, I should negate their fusions, but no, they'll just go into Xyz, they'll just go into link summoning because they can, which is just odd, because are you not the fusion deck? Like, what's going on? So you see, like, you're losing to stuff not because now you can't deal with it, because now unfortunately your deck that you are playing has restrictions and other decks don't. So you might be thinking, okay, now why don't you just play a deck that doesn't have restrictions? It doesn't make a difference, you know, because those decks are more powerful that way because they don't have restrictions. That's the difference. If you know, go to the history of decks. It's just like if your deck has no restrictions, it's just a degenerate way of saying no, we can play anything we want and no one's gonna say anything about it. You know, yeah, playing stun decks is a bad habit. Doesn't teach you anything, but playing the thing is, you can understand why a player is gonna play stun, because it's like, okay, I'm not gonna try hard and play Snake Eyes and play Rescue Ace. Why is the game forcing me to play the meta? Because I don't want to play meta. I want to play anti-meta. So why not? Like you see, people are playing Outlet, they're playing whatever, because I mean, they don't want to play Wombo Combo 10 minutes and then you still get board wiped. You know, like look at this branded player. You know, he's got everything set up. Full combo deck. A stun deck can deal with this instantly, right? So, I don't know. It's just too much. Even this guy. Look at this guy. Look at this. Just recently, look at this. Recently now. Look at this. Recently now. Before the stream. Literally before the stream. Like an hour before the stream. I was playing against Horus. And you see it's a problem. You know? 9 turns. By the way. 9 turns. 9 turns. Because these guys running skill drain and all this BS, right? So it's like, what are we even supposed to do now? Like, how do we play through these boards? Like, is it even an incentive to play anything? I don't know. But yeah, let's just see, because literally that's why I'm D-ranking and ranking up and D-ranking again, because I mean, like going up and down, because I'm losing to stupid stuff, you know. And you can't do anything about stun decks. Unfortunately, you can't. As much as you might think you can prepare for it, they're just gonna blow you out completely if you don't have, you know, the right cards. So that's the thing with stun. Because summon limit, how do you deal with summon limit? You can't. You know? I don't know. It's a bit tricky. Like, and also you get hands like this, it also doesn't really help you because, like, yeah, the dev should fix that. No, man. The thing is, it's just card design. I mean, Horus is fine, but the fact that, you know, now no one's gonna be playing Horus the normal way. And then you know how you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna ban those cards because people are playing the deck not as intended. You get what I'm saying? Because that's the reality. Because I'll give you an example, right? You see now in the TCG, Link Karibo got banned because of the sins of Snake Eyes, but Mathmech was using it. You know, those that can make level 1 monsters were using it. It was there, but it wasn't like a threat, you know. It really wasn't an issue. But Snake Eyes was abusing it because why? They were getting away with, you know, dodging attacks, protecting your monsters from being destroyed by battle, those type of things. And Konami's like, no, this is too much. We need to ban the card. TCG, they decided to, no, for game balance, ban the card. Now I'm hearing the argument now from people from what I'm seeing. They're saying, oh, Snake Eyes is too powerful because their OTK with Zelantis is too much, so they should ban Zelantis. I'm like, are you serious? Do you really think Zelantis is a problem? I don't think so. I think Zelantis is probably more balanced than most cards out there. Because number one, not every deck is using Zelantis. Number one, not every deck is using it. And number two, I mean, the interactions are kind of okay because in some scenarios your monsters come back, in other scenarios your monsters don't come back if you're playing a certain deck, like aka Marincess, you know. So I think that the balance for Zelantis is fine, but now people are saying they should ban the card. I mean, that's a bit crazy, I would say. Because how is that the problem card? Oh, what is this? Exo Sister. Watch them have Ash. They always have it. They don't have it. Okay. They don't have it. So now they're probably still gonna OTK. I don't know. Let's see. Ooh, evenly matched. Okay, so if they don't defeat me, I can at least do something. So I can go try and bait out some disruptions here. Ooh, Ellis, Martha. I want to get a good card out. Oh, Shifter. Wow, that's a fusion. Okay, yeah, this one. Did I get rid of the Martha? Is it gonna matter though? Yeah, I think. In terms of grinding, what does this do? Quick play spell, right? Jeez, what do I banish here? Good question. Because the next draw is going to be Ellis, but it's already on the field, so that doesn't do anything. I think Martha is just the best play. Let's just get rid of the Martha. So there's one less Martha in the deck to worry about. We have an Imperm, because Exorcism does not do well under Imperm and those type of things, so they suck. So they can't do much. And now, especially on the Maxi as well, they can't also do a lot of things. So Callus, okay. Ooh, Kaiju. Nice. So here's the thing, right? They're gonna add Exorcist spell and trap. Then I'm going to use Impermanence, right? Then they're gonna chain banish, which is typical, right? They're gonna chain banish. So let them do it. Yeah, let them do it. It's fine. Let them do it. Like I said, Ogre's not really part of any combos. It's just for there to be a board presence and that's it. So it's fine. So I'm sure they'll be like, maybe we can OTK now. Let's see. They should be able to. Let's see. But I remember, because I negated the effect of all the effects are negated. They didn't add anything. As you can see, look. So if you chain Imperm in the middle of the effect, both effects are negated. So because even though you detach a material, you can't search. So yeah. Okay, normal summon. Is he gonna special summon again? I mean, you can go for game here, then it's fine. But I mean, talents. Draw 2. That's odd. Draw 2. Okay. Okay. He's gonna try and push for game. Yeah. I mean, looking at if we survive the battle, fine. If we don't survive it, his cards are going. So, and right here, my hand is OTK right there. Literally. If he doesn't... Okay, wait. Oh, cross out. Okay, that would be good. In case there's a Nibiru somewhere. Double attack, eh? The question is, will he go into Magnifica? This guy is too greedy. This guy's way too greedy. He's way too greedy because now this is not going to do anything. Unless he has something that can be activated in the battle phase. I don't know, but okay. It's got a set card. Okay. It's got a set card. Okay. He's got a set card. So can we deal with it? Oh, look at this hand, bro. What is this hand? So obviously we have to Kaiju, right? Obviously. So we have a choice. We can either Kaiju or we can go for game. What do you guys think? We should go for game or we should just go for evenly matched? Because this might be an Imperm and I think we might be able to deal with it or a Clawed by. So I think let's just do that. Because I shouldn't be afraid of whatever that is. If he has Maxi, it's fine. If he doesn't have, that's also fine. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's cute anyway. All right. Oh wait, my goodness. I only play one copy of Maxi instead. Oh my god. Oh man, it doesn't matter. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm literally but can you see what the problem with this game is? Can you see what the problem with this game is? He doesn't know that I don't have another Maxi in my deck. But the fact that I played Crossart, he knows, oh, flip, he's going to look for it. Declare Maxi. He's like, I'm going to scoop because he knows he's going to lose. Oh, come on. This is sad. And this is what I'm saying. In the TCG, I wouldn't have gone away with it because I actually have to search. I have to tell my opponent, look, I don't have any other copies of Maxi or whatever, so you can't surrender. When I remember Crossout, you have to declare the name. And it has to be, it can be any card. Even if you don't put the card in your deck, you still have to declare something. So. Oh, but it's funny though. You baited, yeah, I mean, yeah. But you see, that's the thing. In Master Duel, you can easily bait your opponents, especially with the hand traps. You can toggle off and make it seem, okay, you have no hand traps, but then when you look at the timing of the negates, you can just activate your hand traps. So I feel like Master Duel is kind of, in a way, legally cheating, because it's not how you do it in the paper matchup. Because you can't bait. Yeah, you can look at your opponent and say, yeah, I don't have anything, but then you say, oh, by the way, I have something, you know. So. Ah, this guy's smart. Yo, this guy is smart in the draw phase. Ah, this guy is smart. This guy's smart though. Yeah, I mean, okay. If he activates a hand trap, we can at least look at his hand. At least, I think so. Or do we just stop? Yeah, you see, he still has something. I think it's imperm. I think it's imperm, but let's check. Yeah, I think it's imperm because you see, it prompted when I added a card, and that red light flashes. Like it's just too easy to know. It's just too easy to know. Please Ash or something, Baylor. You see, it's, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, but I wish I knew what it is. You see, something. You see, I think he's just waiting. He doesn't know. Yeah, I don't know. That duel was crazy, and me thinking I had an out, but actually no, I didn't because I used it on my previous turn. But just imagine, Crossout was at 3 in the beginning, and then they limited to 1 because again, turn 1 was too powerful. So, do I go for on? I think I'm gonna leave it like this. Because nowadays, playing into Maxi is just, it can be, I mean, we learned now. I mean, this is good enough. I mean, we have Ice Barrier. We have, obviously, preparations. Now you'd be surprised. They'll probably activate Imperm. What? Activating, Maxi? And remember, it's a draw phase, so Tactics Challenge will not be. Ooh, what? Oh my gosh! Look at this! Look at this! Look at this! Look at this! Look at this trash! Oh my goodness! Look at this trash! What is this? Whoa! 2 Maxis. I remember an opponent had 3 Maxis in his hand. But luckily, I had Triple Tactics Talent the first turn, so I saw all his Maxis, and he basically bricked. Oh, that Feather Duster, really? Okay. Well, that's live next turn, so. Oh, dude, that's. Wow. I faced a guy, Tilleman player. He had 3 Maxis. In his opening hand, and I made sure it resolved, but he never got the benefit of that. He never got the benefit. This guy's gonna get Cashier Spell or Cashier Theosis. Bro, I don't even know what this guy is. I mean, you see, that's what I'm saying. Win more. Cashier already thrives in banishing, but they want to play Macrocosmos. because they can, and I'm like, but then that's not fun at all. Like, that is not fun. I mean, floodgating your opponent, I guess for some people it's fun, but for others, I don't think that's fun. Fenrir, you know what's funny, eh? I've noticed people thought Fenrir was a problem in the game in general, but they didn't realize Unicorn is actually more toxic than Fenrir. Because would you rather get your main deck banished or your extra deck banished? And in fact, that they can just look at your extra deck and just snap a card from it, like as if it's no one's been there. So potentially a one of, which is a crucial card, just like, okay, cool, deleted, gone. Now you can't actually play the game if that was your only out. Do you think that's balanced? Definitely not balanced. I mean, banishing from the field, the grave, you know, that's okay, but from the extra deck though, I think that's a bit rough. That's a bit rough. That's a bit rough. Because it's just basically saying, okay, win more. And now look, Kashyyyri Unicorn plus Birth is used in pretty much any deck. As much as Fenrir is also there, Unicorn is more of a threat than Fenrir actually. Which is ironic to say, right? Because people thought, oh no, Fenrir was the problem. No, it's actually Unicorn. Especially in Master Duel Best of 1, Unicorn is better than Fenrir. I mean, in the TCG you can argue because obviously there's still 3 copies. So Fenrir can search Fenrir, you know, but in Master Duel, Unicorn is just actually arguably better because of the disruption it can give in the Best of 1. What is Barrel Goods? Not really relevant. Oh, Nibiru, that would have been nice, but okay. Yeah, they're gonna go for the Arizard play. So here's the thing about Arizard. It triggers to be when a card is banished. So Talents will be live definitely on my next turn. If there is a next turn, I don't know, but we'll see. Oh, preparations. Smart, but not really. I mean, you see, this alone is a good enough board. Look at this. Ah, dude, this is, yeah. Yeah. Look at my deck. Do I want to activate this now? Yeah, I think I'll activate it now because I don't want him to get potentially a snipe off top 5 cards and he gets a card that I actually want to get. So I'm actually gonna mill. So here's the thing. If I send a Kaiju, he knows I'm gonna Kaiju him, so he's probably not gonna go into a Rizard, right? So I actually want him to go into her because if I reveal the Kaiju, add the Kaiju, his Rizard's gonna go. So let's rather add Ron Adrian, and then we can get some follow-up at least. Because under Gamia is more than enough against Kashyyyri. Because we can banish every card that they have. You see, look at that. Field spell, Kaiju small. So he's probably gonna get rid of Battle Ocean, right? Yeah? Yeah? Battle Ocean? Oh yeah, banish Battle Ocean. Yeah, that's smart. You see, look at this. This is just what is this, bro? Exactly, because now you see, now the only reason why he knows this is because I added Ron. That's the only reason why he knows. So it makes sense for him to banish Gamia because that's a threat. The same way if I had to, you know. So in a way, Kashyyyri have their own way of knowing what your opponent's playing because the extra deck is a good reveal. So you can see I'm playing, you know, Marincess, but I mean, yeah, pretty standard. So what's his end board going to be now? Because to be honest, without even a Rizard, this board is good enough. So okay. Arise! Royal though. Jeez. Royal. Yeah, this is definitely beyond win more. Join Moon. Okay, I knew I was gonna get that. That's fine. Use the effect, okay. So here's the thing, right? Every time a card gets banished, he has to trigger, right? Yeah. I think. Yeah, let's do that. Really, Solemn, oh, bro, Solemn Strike? Really now? Really now? Solemn Strike. So there we go. Talents is live. That's just so weird. Okay. So here's the thing, right? We can draw 2. And then we can get rid of the ogre, right? Let's see, draw 2. Then we should get a kaiju, right? We should get a kaiju, right? Yeah. Oh my goodness. And how do I know that? Because he revealed it earlier when he looked at Teshiro Ogre in the previous turn. Because look at the 5 cards. The first card he banished. This is going to be the next draw, and then the next 2 draws are going to be these 2. So that's how I knew Kaiju was there. So, yeah. Okay. So we kind of fine now. So we can go like this. So the only threat now is the Birth. Fenrir, what else? I don't even know. What else this guy has? I don't even know. So we're gonna go. Let's get Basilima out. Solemn Warning, Solemn Strike. Bro, what is this guy on? What? What? Oh my goodness. So here's the thing, right? It negates the activation. So I can actually add another one. Actually. Because remember, if you get the activation and you have a second copy, you can activate another one. Although it says you've used it, you can technically activate another one. So yeah. So you're gonna trigger Fenrir. Yeah, this one. So here's the thing, right? I have 2. I think I have 2 copies of Kashira Ogre in my deck. I think so. I don't even know. Let me just double check. Do I have 2 copies? Yeah, I still have 1 more in the deck. I still have 1 more. So, I mean, I could negate this, right? Because at least it will force out the Birth, I think. Yeah. Yeah, so this is, so let's see who's gonna target. Oh, this guy is so... Bro, whatever. Whatever, bro. This guy... Win more, clearly. Like, what is all of this? What is all of this nonsense? Double maxi... Solemn warning, solemn strike. Does Kasura really need that? No, but they can because they want to. And that's what I'm saying, it's more win more. You notice a lot of decks are just running win more cards. It's just, I don't know. It's like they want to secure, I don't know what they want to do, but anyway. We can't tell them what and what not to deck build because they can do whatever they want. I mean, the game's over, yes, but because of, not because of Kashtira themselves, it's because of Solemn Warning, Solemn Strike, you know? Yeah. I mean, literally, like, this is everything you want in a deck. Interaction with everything. Field, extra deck, grave. I mean, yeah. I would say it's arguably better than Telemon, but then again, we're not gonna argue about that now, because literally there's like every interaction you can expect. That's what Kashtira is. So weird, bro. Like, wow. Win more cards. Solemn Judgment, Solemn Warning. You love to see it. And on top of that, you saw they were also playing Macrocosmos. I'm sure they're playing Dimensional Fissure as well. Like, I mean, dude, like, why are you trying so hard? I don't understand. What is this hand? Decent, but they could have disruptions. Oh, Maxi, look at that. Maxi, you see, that's the thing, you can't really hide it because we see the flares there, so we know it's there. Reveal it. Yeah, I think this one I have to go combo because I'm not. Yeah, okay. It's fine. Because unless you have Nibiru, that's the only way you can deal with this. Otherwise, because you see in the past, actually no, I can actually play around it. Hold on. You see, look, nothing is prompting. Could actually play around this. Hold on. Hold up. Just the heart. Bro, nothing is. I mean, I'm giving him cards, yes, but he has to have Ash here, and then that's it. No Ash. So the thing is, he's probably not even playing a deck that requires a lot. It's probably just a stun deck, most likely, but we'll see. We'll see. Because as you can see, nothing is prompting. So what does that tell you? It tells you a lot, eh? Okay. Scalus, that's nice, but not ideal. But this is good for the follow-up. In the grave, that is. Because literally nothing is prompting, so he's probably got some random blowout cards that just do a lot. But let's see. Can he do something against an unaffected Argo with wave? Let's see. Because I would say most players do not go into this line because obviously, look, you are prone to the Bureau, of course, but you have this, so you shouldn't worry about that. Is this a brick? Yeah, let's keep in our hand. Because nothing is prompting. So the question is, what are they actually playing? Now something's lighting up. What's going on now? What's going on now? He probably has Nibiru, but he doesn't know this. You should have done it now, because now I'm unaffected now. Nibiru does nothing. Imperm does nothing. Vela does nothing. You see what I'm saying? He waited way too late. He's only toggling on now. It's a bit too late for that. And if he has a Horus card, the continuous trap does not affect us because we are not immune. We are immune to that effect. So you can set ice barrier just to bait out that, and then we're good. Because yeah, it's a lot of cards. It's a lot of cards, yes, but it better be good. It better be good because it didn't. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll regret it. I don't know. We'll see. They probably have a kaiju. Watch them have a kaiju or some weird stuff. I don't know what they're playing, but we'll see. Yeah, it would be very funny actually. Oh, Telement. Oh, they're playing Tier. Okay, guess what? We don't care about Telement. Because we're still going to be 4,300. The only way they have to deal with it is obviously the field spell. You see, send spell or trap, right? So the thing is, do you negate this? Because we know what this is sending. This is sending either Trivi Karma or something. So it's just a bait. So you either wait for the activation of searching the Telement name, or I don't know. What are they actually sending? Because you should rather wait for what they're actually going to be sending to see if it's really worth negating. But I don't know. We'll see. Because I know for a fact they're going to try and get rid of the field spell. That's number one. So they'll definitely somehow use Kaleido Heart or what? Search the Tillement's trap. Meta noise. On the Link monster? Should add Heavy Slump just for loss. But the thing is, it's a very situational card, and obviously I have to hard draw it. So if there was a way to search it, then yeah. But you see, a lot of these cards are great, but it's just if only you could search them. Like Labyrinth, for example. If you could search it. But Labyrinth is the only deck that can search normal traps. Why negate this though? You see, that's the thing. What is the real, like, because it's just a way to bait out. No, I'm not gonna negate this. Because sometimes these are baits for the real disruptions. So you're not even negating like stuff that's like not important. Yeah, I mean, yes, Kalos. You see, even Kalos, I won't do anything. Because, remember, if you have Argonaut on field, what is your biggest threat? Your biggest threat is they're going to try and get rid of the field spell, or they're going to threaten your spell and trap zone to get rid of your field spell. So, realistically, if you negate this, but they probably have something in their hand, so what are the odds, right? And remember, you're unaffected, so you can crash into most of their monsters anyway. So your only real threat is, if they have something threatening the field spell, that's where you come in. But all of this is not a threat. The only threats will be maybe SP Little Knight or Dingursu, because those things will threaten the field spell to be removed. So that's where you probably hold on wait. And now we're fine. You see, they're just adding stuff that is not really like impactful. They can only fuse still twice because they use polymerization, which is fine. They're still gonna send another name probably. So the question is, do you negate this? Well, no, because remember they still have another fusion. So maybe I'm reading it wrong, but let's see. because Kaleido Heart can remove. Now look at that. Okay, they've just sent this. Rukalos? That's interesting. Grimfer. Graffer. So Grimfer changes things now because it actually counts as wave now. Actually thinking about it, actually does count a wave. Which is a bit of an issue, but I mean, knowing Tilament, I mean, Konami again messed up with this generic monster because Graffer is basically just King of the Swamp. So, like, geez. And the Dark Monster, oh wow. I wonder which deck will use it more, Dark World or Tilament. Clearly, Kaleido makes sense here. Yeah. Exactly what I was saying. So, they're gonna try and force out the field spell. Yes, as I predicted. But now this is a problem. If I use wave now, then we kind of screwed. So do I force it out? Not really, because they can just discard a card. So either way, it doesn't really work on us. So using this doesn't really make sense. So it's fine. Get rid of it. It's fine. You don't have a choice. Because this, unfortunately, was in play. So it didn't make sense to wave because they were going to just negate it anyway. So. But we do have Ice Barrier, but obviously they can try and negate that, but then that's where now wave will come in nicely. You see, Fairy Tale Snow. You see, you see such cards, bro. Like, hey, Fairy Tale Snow. And I made a video about Fairy Tale Snow. People were saying, oh, that it's a balanced card. Okay, this. Yeah, this is unfortunately prompting a banish. But then again, Graffer is gonna say no. So either way, there's no winnable scenario here for me because Konami unfortunately just made generic fusion monsters that now just have, for some reason, Omni negates. He can just negate this with Graffer. It's a no-brainer. What? What? So here's the thing, right? The first effect says banish a card in the field. The second effect says banish everything, but it will come back. So the first effect is better because it won't come back, but now it's gonna come back. Yeah, I'm getting wave, bro. Like, if he negates this, because my priority is my follow-up in my grave. He has to. He can't. He's definitely going to negate Ice Barrier, most likely. But we'll see. Wait, what? Huh? I've rarely seen people summon from the graveyard though, that's rare. Tilament Kashira, bro, like this deck is just so like, oh. The RNG is just ridiculous because they just have access to all these. Main phase 2. Oh, because he can't attack directly because of Little Knight. You see? That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, if you wanted to battle, you should have not used Little Knight's first effect. But he was so quick to banish because I don't know why, but anyway. So Argonaut comes back. I still have Wave in my hand, so it's actually not bad, actually. Though Little Knight is going to be a problem. So you just have to probably crash into it. Okay, DD Crow is good for Tilament fusions, that's fine. Yeah, look, I have so much follow-up here, so I'm not even gonna worry. Battle phase. Because meta noise is probably there. Get rid of Little Knight, get out the game, it's fine. I'm not gonna activate anything because it will just trigger. Well, at least we bear our code by at least we bear our code by. I'm happy with that. At least. But that code by would have been deadly. So let's see. Oh, okay. 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 It's actually a play. Let me do this. We force you, the knight, to dodge that, right? No. Okay, that's fine. Good. That's good. That's good. That's good. So we've used that negate up, so that's fine. I thought it would use Little Knight to protect, but it's okay. That's also fine. That works for me also. So what's the real disruption left then? Rukalos maybe? Is that the only disruption that's left? Yeah. I guess that's the only disruption left. What? Millennium Eyes restrict? Oh my gosh, guys, I've seen it all. So I'm losing now to I'm really losing to Little Knight, to Grapher, and now losing to Millennium Eyes restrict, which is generic because of King of the Swamp. Oh goodness. Is this not a definition of win more? I don't know what it is, because clearly Telemann don't need this card, but because they want to. Return Telemann Kid Kalos. Wow, this is like really win more. When Millennium Eyes restrict, are they that desperate? Is their end board not good enough? Is Little Knight not good enough? Potentially there's meta noise. No, there isn't. Oh, okay. And now look, they have no more names to... So I need to use this now. Because if he targets this... Oh, it targets the grave also. You'll probably just snatch my Koron enemy, right? Because... No, actually, no, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Because I have another link 2 there. So, he has to... Actually, use a shuffler, actually. That would be better. Because this doesn't... Yeah, this doesn't do anything. Because it summons Link monsters equal to the rating of 3. So, there's still... Yeah. I was about to say now, like, dude, what are you doing? The best thing would have been to shuffle everything away. Exactly. Oh, okay. I see what he's doing. I see what he's doing. see what he's doing. I see what he's doing. I see what he's doing. He's taking Koro because that obviously will prevent it from being negated. Yeah. So it cannot attack. Also, the effects on the field is unnegated. So it's smart, right? Smart. But for some reason, he left this. I don't know why he left that out. I just get... do I get dive? Yeah, let's get dive, right? What other disruption does he have? Okay, he still has Little Knight. He still has Little Knight. So we can play around it. We can play around it. You can play around it though. Because he's gonna probably normal summon this and get rid of this, so let's see. Imperm? Okay. That's also fine. That's fine. I mean, thanks for shuffling all my monsters back. So at least I get some sort of recursion, at least. I mean, if you get rid of this, I still have my dive in my hand, so is it really beneficial? Let's protect this. Yeah, I think after this, I need to, you know, I don't even know. Yeah, Little Knight. Bro, I don't know. In some of these matchups, it's not because of we can't play into boards, it's that they have, oh my gosh, bro, Maxi on top of all of that. What? Bro, what? All these, yo. Bro, what are these? Now he's, huh? Like, this is so extra, bro. Like, wow. Wow. He's just gonna draw more cards. He already drew cards already in the previous turn. He's drawing cards again. I said, bro, like, it's a win more. That's literally what I think. It's just win more. Because they can. That's the difference, because they can. You know, I'm thinking now maybe I should have gone with Sea Angel instead of Blue Slug, because at least I have Sea also in my hand. But then again, you can't know what your opponent's gonna do, so bro, I don't even know. Oh no. I don't know, man. Because people are trying way too hard, bro, and I don't understand why. Because we can play to some of these boards, but some of them really win more. This and this. Okay, draw, fine. That one I understand. That one we can deal with it. People don't normally play draw, but Millennium Eyes Restrict. Grapher, I mean, what? Who plays Millennium Eye Restrict in tiers? No one does that. There's actually better cards. That Grapher's a good one, but okay. The stream's going okay. We just played a bit of Limit 1 Festival. But yeah, clearly some players are just winning more. We just lost to Kashiro, who was playing like Solemn Judgment, Solemn Strike, Solemn Warning, like just playing cards which normally you don't see. They're also having Macrocosmos and all these weird things, Double Maxi, like all this. What is this game, bro? I don't even understand. And like I was saying earlier in the stream, no wonder why people are playing stun decks, because they don't want to deal with stuff like this. Oh, you don't want to negate that because you have nothing to, nowhere else to fuse, right? The game's pretty much over, right? Yeah, it's pretty much over. So whatever I add doesn't really matter. It's a tough one. Real tough one. That's a tough one. It's a tough one, man. Because that's why people are playing Sun decks. There's your reason exactly. Because people don't want to be dealing with this all the time, bro. Like, what is this? Like, really, bro? Like, why are you just not allowing it to go through? Like, you have more than enough damage, bro. Just, like, wow. What do you want? Do you want to, like... I mean, normally I don't surrender, but the thing is, I'm just trying to understand why is he doing all of this. He's got more than enough damage. We're going to Draco Sapelia now, or what? I don't even know. Yeah, guys, I think it's a sign I need to go back to the drawing board, because clearly, like, I try and play the game normally, but the thing is, it's difficult because now you want to showcase something, but it's difficult because the game is just rewarding these win more players. Because nowadays everybody's running like multiple engines of like win more. Like, I don't like, why, bro? Like, is this game that bad now? Is that the format we're dealing with now? Because honestly, I haven't seen a lot of Snake Eye players recently. I've seen more combo orientated win more decks, which is just like, I don't know. Millennium Eyes Restrict. You know, when you see a certain type of card, you just know you're not winning that game. And that's one of them. Because this is not really played. Like, what? Like, wow. Yeah, it's been like this for years, but I think, remember, in a best of one, it's unlike TCG and OCG yet, where yeah, okay, can look, game 2 or 3 we can do something, we can side in D barrier, we can do something about it. But in Master Duel we cannot do something about it because you have to play it in your main deck, otherwise you don't know what you're getting, what you're going up against. So it's a bit difficult because some of these matchups are not impossible to beat. It's just if you don't have the right cards to beat it, then now you can't, because definitely D barrier kills their deck completely. Not completely, but they can still go to other players. Like, I mean, look at this duel here. This Cash player, he's playing Macrocosmos, Kaiser Coliseum, on top of regular Cashier players. I mean, bro, like, what is this? That's just that for me. That's win more because your deck is already that good, but you still having access to stuff which shouldn't be the case because you don't need it, but you just want to because you can, which is fine. But I mean, that's a bit too much, I think. And then this one, like, this is just okay. He's playing 11 cards. What's up with this guy's deck though? 11 cards? Is he new to the game or what's going on here? Because what is this list? It just goes to show that the deck is just very strong in general. So, but again, we can beat this because D barrier would have been the answer. But now, obviously, the format does not allow us to play D barrier because, for example, what is the best deck right now? It's not Kashtira, it's not Tilament, it's Snake Eye. Snake Eye is not going into Fusion Link. It's D barrier, which is D barrier is not countering Link deck. So, yeah. Because we all know the underlying issue is these matchups are not impossible. It's just that because it's not best of 3, you cannot better prepare for like your matchups because you only have one matchup with that guy and that's it. So whether you have it or not, it is what it is. You know? So You cannot accommodate. You can accommodate cards, yes, for specific matchups, but the problem is if you don't come up within against those matchups often, then it's kind of like a dead card in your hand, because Snake Eyes doesn't lose to D-Barry because their link climb a lot. So D-Barry doesn't help against them, and that's mainly what the meta is right now. Horus, yeah, you can might say, yeah, it is something, but we don't know. Like, every time you're gonna face a certain type of thing, you know? Oh my gosh, but really? Yeah. And you know what? And you know the matchups I hate the most in a best of one, where you know for a fact, playing into a board going second, your hand can beat it, but now they, for some reason, have the exact cards they need to out your outs, which is like, what are the odds of that? Their board's already crazy, but then they just have further outs. It's like, whatever. Okay. Like now, I activate Maxi now, but now what do? Do I play into the board or not? Like that's what's more frustrating for me, because like, it's not like my deck could not beat it. It's just the game has rewarded the player for I don't know why, because they had every card that they needed, and on top of that they're doing a Maxi on top of that, which is like, okay, so you basically saying I should not break their board, I should not do anything, you know? Like even now, look at that, he's got something even more on top of this. So now, do I stop playing? If I stop playing, he's gonna do something. If I keep on playing, something's gonna happen. So we just have to find out what happens, you know? Because at this point, I've just learned to just combo and see what happens. Because most of these boards are not difficult to beat. It's just that now, if your opponent has always the exact cards, you can't do anything about it. And obviously Maxi helps them, but I mean, realistically, I don't know. Okay, Imperm is fine because I have dive, so I'm not worried about that. Oh, speaking of crossout, there it is in the grave, right there. Which is so weird, because in the beginning of the game, going first was way too powerful, because crossout designator was a thing. It was at 3. People were just spamming hand traps in their main deck, so doesn't matter what their opponent was doing in the, like, they always had crossout in their hand, and it was like, no, this is too much. Then they made going second also a bit easier, because they released most of the board breakers and like Ragekis and all those things. So it's like, you know, what's happening? You know? But no, the game decides otherwise, you know? And that you definitely drew that just now. Like, there's no way, because that's the fit summon was an enemy, so you should have had it like now. I mean, to be fair though, I mean, I can still do something. I can still do something. I can still play into something. I can still combo. At least I can still do that. Yeah, I didn't go into the Link 1 yet, the Blue Slug, so I can still do that. What do you have, bro? You see, you have Velo or something. You have some weird stuff, but anyway. I think sometimes this game it's so weird, bro, because like, if only there was like side deck option, and I think the game would be a little bit more accessible, like a bit better, because the people do not get frustrated because now they're losing to like the smallest interaction, which is not even the actual like the deck itself. It's just like, okay, one card or one thing. Like for example, against Horus, you lose to summon limit, and that's it. You don't lose to Horus themselves, you lose to summon limit, and that's not something you could avoid, you know, because that has to be in your main deck. You can't like side it out or anything. So if you don't have the out for it, then that's it, you know, which is a problem. Let's see what they're playing. I mean, they don't have Imperm, so they can't really play around it unless they're playing a Cyberus deck, which can go Lingariro. But other than that, what what can they do? Let's see. Sword Soul. Sword Soul. Sword Soul? Sword Soul? Yeah? Yeah, Sword Soul. Wait. How does he control more monsters? Oh yeah, he does. He revealed a Long Yang. So you see, he has a Long in his hand already. So if I negate this, does it really matter? I mean, yeah, it does, but it does. So we have to negate this. Has to negate this. Check the Discord for the rules. I'll have a look at it. But the tournament is this Saturday, right? Just confirming with it's this Saturday, right? Because I must also prep for that as well. Oh, this is a mistake. You shouldn't have done that. Okay, is this Saturday? Okay, no, it's fine. Then I'll just check. Maybe, yeah, I have to look at it at some point and see, because I'm sure that, because I'm interested in what the rules are for the decks that we can build. I know you said there's some restrictions on structure decks and stuff, so I'll just, and I'm sure hand traps on board breakers and whatever. So I'll just check and see what decks are applicable to build around, so I can also just practice and see what can work. But I'm eyeing already two of the structure decks, but I just want to see what the card pool is, then we can work with that. But I assume like Maxi's Band and anything that's like Floodgates or the regular stuff that you don't want to. What? Protos. Oh, bro, really? Declare water? Yeah. Bro. Why did this card have to be a worm monster? Because clearly, ugh, that sucks, because this is literally a problem. Your entire deck is one attribute, and now you can't do anything about it. I can't special summon. I can only normal summon. Bro, and this, you know what the sad part about this? Again, I'm not trying to sugarcoat anything, but this is literally OTK right here. These two cards is OTK right there. But because of this Floodgate, unfortunately, I cannot summon, unfortunately. So it's like, bro, I don't even know. What even is the point? Because now I can't link off, I can't do anything, I can't, like even if they negated this with Ash, I had Springer in the grave, I could get the field spell, go for game, but now I can't do any of those things. Because, don't know. He just happened to have the worm in his hand. Because normally he has to search this off the Sword Soul spell, but he probably drew with Maxi anyway. And here's the thing, on this next turn, he'll declare water again, so I cannot summon water again. Oh my gosh, bro, that's just... So we lose to another non-deck related card. It's just like it's generic. You know what? The common theme is generic. Literally generic stuff. I don't know. And someone's gonna say, "Oh, but then the deck is not playing well." No, the deck is playing fairly well. It's just the problem is you guys can see that I literally had game, but the problem is I could not summon anything. So it's not like it was impossible to break the board. I could have broken the board with Zelantis. I could have gone for game, but unfortunately, there's a floodgate that maybe they drew off Maxi, which is unfortunate. But what can you do? You know. And now again, I'm in a position now where I'm probably going to D-rank again. You see, so now the thing is now I'm going back and forth. Because in some duels, okay, I can manage. Other duels, I can't manage because now for some reason they either have outs to stuff or I'm losing to generic stuff. It's just, like I said, I can understand why people are playing stun decks and all that stuff because literally they don't want to deal with that stuff. You know? So, yeah. But anyway, like I said, the stream's not going to be this long. It was just to show you guys what I was doing in the Limit 1 festival. Like I said, I'm almost done with the event. As I said, I literally just need 2 wins and then I'm done. But basically, I started from this morning. As you can see, I'm playing against top caliber players here. I did a duel live with you guys. And you can see the deck is not a loner deck. It's literally full power, like Visa, Starfrost, everything. Going second. You know, we played well there. So yeah, definitely, I would definitely revisit. But I think, because clearly if rank is not doing it for me, then I probably just have to play this thing because clearly, it's not a struggle to reach master, but now the thing is now you have to play a certain deck just to get there, and I'm like, why must I now be forced to play a certain deck? Which doesn't make sense because most of our matchups we can deal with. Turns out now we're losing to these problem cards like summon limit, skill drain, you know, these usual things. I mean, we do have outs for it, but they just happen to have the right card at the right time, which is like, okay, whatever. You know, I'm not talking about Maxi. I'm talking about like cards which you literally have to deal with because that's what AKA floodgates are. Cards which you have to deal with, otherwise you can't play the game. So summon limit we can't deal with. Protos, unfortunately, if you don't have a negate for it, because we can negate it, but now. Or if we had a Nibiru, we have to Nibiru at the right time. Like John said, go look at the previous stream. We've dealt with Sword Soul before. I even said the way to deal with Sword Soul, you have to be careful when to use your negates because you're always looking out for that. If they can make a Protoss, you check. Save your wave for something that can be a threat. If you have an Imperm, use it. But check if you have another wave or something, use it for when they have Protoss or something, because that's your real problem. Even though you're unaffected from Protoss, if you are using wave, the next turn you can't special summon, so you have to deal with that card, otherwise you can't play the next turn. So we dealt with it in the previous duel with the well-timed Nibiru, the same thing. They did all their wombo combo and then they summoned Protoss last and then they went, I think they were a bit greedy, so I obviously nipped them and then that was it. But that was the goal, to, because remember we're only playing one attribute, we're not playing like not water, dark or whatever, we're only playing water, so it actually kills our deck a lot, so we can't deal with that. So it's all about the matchup, and unfortunately they obviously had a bit of advantage with the Maxi, which is fine, but I mean I think they just happen to have the card because normally they have to search it. So yeah, maybe I should have waited. But then again, I didn't know what they were going to add off, because you see, remember, they had to go a different line because I negated their Moye. They could have gone Chi-Shao, banish the Blackout. Blackout will get another token for Long Young, and then Long Young going to Brawn the Fleur or something. So you see, either way, the correct thing was to negate the Chi-Shao because normally you don't get to negate it, usually. But in this case, I had to because I didn't know they had it. So now you can't always assume, oh, they have it in their hand. You know, so I just made a decision at that time, and I think that was just at the time, you know, I think it was okay, but I guess it wasn't. So, but yeah, I'll probably stream again this Friday. Yeah, I think I'll probably just have to maybe just take a break, I think, because I don't know, because it seems like if I go into this game anymore, I'll just get more frustrated, because now you see at one point I was at Diamond 2, but then now all of a sudden I'm just losing to just weird stuff. Like I'm not even joking, like just literally stuff that, like, if you were in that situation, like, oh really, they had that out. Like, we're not talking about just max, you're talking about things which, like, wow, really, you had this, or you had goddess or some weird stuff, you know, the generic stuff which we've always been seeing, like, oh really, the same cards all the time, you know. So yeah, but anyway guys, I appreciate everyone for being here. Like I said, it's a very quick stream, nothing too crazy. I think Friday and Saturday we're gonna have nice long ones, but again, I think I'll take a break for a bit. I will be posting my other replays for the Limit 1 festival. So even though I did showcase 1 today, I will save the replays and edit the rest of the duels. So just to showcase, okay, what other combos did you do? Because I still pulled some crazy combos, like this Atlantis OTK, doing some crazy lines to go into our Marincess plays, using so many engines just to get to what one. And then the thing is, you will see the boards that I ended up with and you'll be like, wow, this is like insane. With the 60 card power, by the way, not even a 40 card, a 60 card power deck. So obviously you might be thinking, geez, that's a bit too much because it's a Limit 1 format, you shouldn't be playing 60. Well, that's what I'm saying. 60, 50, 40, if you have synergy with your deck, it can work. Doesn't really matter. So yeah, anyway guys, thanks everyone for being here. Make sure to leave a like on your way out, just to give me an indication that you guys are enjoying the streams. I see the viewership's been going up in the stream, so I do like that a lot. So yeah, just continue to do what you're doing, and yeah, we'll continue on Friday, definitely with another big stream again. And yeah, we'll have more to discuss about. And yeah, if you have any topics that you want to talk about on stream, I mean, I like voicing my opinions on things, so yeah, definitely we can talk about controversial stuff and rulings or new cards that come in. I think there was new cards that came out for Shark. I think we might review that on Friday, I think. So yeah, just take care guys, and yeah, have a good week. If you're not going to be, you know, present in the chats or comments or whatever, but yeah, definitely on Friday, if you have time, tune into the next stream, and yeah, don't miss out. We're trying, we're gonna make things work. I do believe Horus Marincess works. It's just that obviously now it doesn't come out every matchup, but definitely when it does make a difference. So yeah, that's the matter right now, and yeah, we'll see each other again. So have a good night everybody, or a good day if it's still daytime for you, and we'll see each other soon. Cheers everybody.